When a narcissist's mask has been removed, this is exactly what happens. Have you ever met someone who constantly talks about themselves, dismisses your feelings, and demands constant praise? They might be a narcissist. Narcissism is a personality trait that is characterized by an excessive love for oneself and a disregard for others' feelings. However, behind the arrogant facade, many narcissists carry a profound sense of self-loathing. They often feel empty and inadequate, which fuels their need for constant validation and admiration. So, the next time you encounter a narcissist, try to understand that their behavior may stem from a deep sense of insecurity and self-doubt. It is commonly believed that narcissists are confident, self-assured individuals who are in control of their lives. However, this supposedly unshakable self-assurance is simply a facade that they wear to conceal their inner feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. These individuals suffer from an overwhelming fear of appearing weak or vulnerable and a deep sense of inferiority, which drives them to great lengths to appear invincible and perfect. The roots of this self-loathing can be traced back to the formative years of these individuals' lives. Narcissists are likely to have come from families that were either overprotective or neglectful, which left them with a distorted sense of self-worth due to past experiences of abuse or trauma. Furthermore, they may have grown up in a competitive environment where they were constantly compared to others. This early conditioning leaves them with a lifelong sense of inadequacy and insecurity, and they believe that they will finally gain acceptance and validation by projecting a flawless image of themselves to the world. Alas, this is a never-ending cycle because their goal of perfection is unattainable. This sense of self-loathing also fuels their bitterness and hostility towards others, as they are prone to blaming others and reacting aggressively to rejection or criticism. Narcissistic parents are more likely to neglect or abandon their children, leaving them feeling unacknowledged and unloved. As a result, these individuals spend their lives searching for answers and striving to meet the unrealistic expectations of their parents. They have constructed this facade to deceive their parents into believing that they deserve more attention and praise than they are currently receiving. Unfortunately, this flaw in their personality is never dealt with, and their arrogance and grandiosity continue to surface. Narcissists tend to conform to their parents' expectations. They are the chosen child, regardless of their parents' treatment of them, whether as the golden kid, the abandoned child, or the parent who idealizes their child. According to their perspective, the child should be a miniature version of themselves. As a result, in any situation, the youngster cannot be their genuine selves completely. Narcissists don't have an identification and don't know who they are because they dedicate all their efforts to creating a facade of superiority and self-assurance at the cost of their genuine selves. These habits persist into adulthood since narcissists mimic their childhood behaviors. Consequently, a narcissist's personality is entirely the result of their upbringing and the subsequent experiences from infancy to adulthood. Their actions and habits are an accurate reflection of who they are. This is why everyone admires you and thinks you are perfect in every way possible. They anticipate that if they act in the same way as they did toward their parents when they were young, you will accept and love them as much as their parents did. They are pretending in this way because they desire your approval. Can you understand how great this deception is? This persona is a disguise worn to conceal the deep emotional scars that they carry. This is not their true selves. They are in the midst of such internal conflict that they have to put up a front. Due to their pre-existing condition, they assume a different identity to obtain your approval. They employ lies and deceit to manipulate you and the situation. This is why everything worked out so smoothly. The fundamentals of all these acts comprise their core dynamics. Narcissists may appear charming outwardly, but they loathe themselves deeply. If their parents reject them, they believe that no one else will accept them either. They cannot be themselves in a relationship because they do not love and accept themselves. This fundamental misinterpretation of their nature is the primary cause of the never-ending repetition of this pattern. Other than that, they lie to you or use gaslighting tactics to convince themselves that what they are doing is acceptable. Narcissists are skilled at putting on a convincing act because they are insecure about themselves and wish to appear normal to blend in. People behave this way because they place a high value on fitting in with others, seeking acceptance from them, and longing for a sense of belonging. Those who adopt this attitude often feel marginalized by society. Despite their struggles, narcissists put on a brave face and try to fit in with everyone else because they care about what others think of them. They attempt to gather evidence to support their beliefs and have a wide network of friends and acquaintances who provide them with a sense of self-worth. However, without this, people may feel alone and disconnected. It is important to remember that beneath their inflated egos, there is a deep sense of regret, shame, and other emotions. Internally, they may acknowledge that they have to pretend to fit in for the time being, recognizing that they cannot get along with anyone if they continue to behave in their true self. They are concerned that the truth about themselves will be revealed if they do not change their behavior. Their way of thinking and conduct not only hurt themselves, but also those around them. It is important not to accept everything they say at face value. The apparent confidence and superiority that they display can mislead people into believing that they are better off without others. However, the truth is that without validation and attention from others, they feel vulnerable and distressed about being abandoned. Hence, they create a new identity that makes them feel more comfortable. Narcissists construct a false persona because they lack confidence in their true selves and require validation from others to feel complete. They don't consider themselves to be complete human beings, and their sense of worthlessness and ugliness reinforces this notion. Additionally, they are afraid of being judged by others if they reveal their inner turmoil, so they choose to keep their emotions bottled up. They feel vulnerable and concerned, but they don't want anyone to know. They hesitate to disclose their feelings because it will expose their vulnerability to others, and they dislike feeling helpless. They strive to reassure themselves that they are resilient and capable, even though deep down they know that something is wrong. However, if they acknowledge to others that they are struggling, they will be exposed. Narcissists are incapable of offering assistance to strangers, and this trait is immutable. They have an irrational, powerful dislike of themselves, which is tragic. Narcissists believe that this is their true identity, and as a result, they continue to engage in harmful behaviors. Upon closer inspection, their negative tendencies stem from deep self-loathing. The numerous people accompanying them serve a purpose because they require constant acceptance and validation. They avoid telling the truth, as it would damage their interests, and they are unable to accept the truth. Thus, they must lie, and this becomes believable by the end. However, this is not the case, regardless of what they believe. They use gaslighting and manipulation to alter the perception of reality to make their truth more acceptable. Ultimately, this behavior is rooted in self-hatred and disdain for oneself. Looking at a narcissist's apparent success, one may marvel at their accomplishments. They may have a spouse, children, a thriving career, and wealth. However, beneath it all lies a fundamental self-hatred or hatred for others. This is the core of their personality. Despite what you are going through, trust that you will recuperate. We are here to support you, no matter where you are on your journey to recovery. Narcissists, on the other hand, generally do not get better. It is troubling when a person realizes that they will never be able to change their internal narrative of self-loathing because any improvement is impossible and the situation will not improve. I hope this video offered a deeper understanding of the underlying causes and dynamics that contribute to the dysfunctional behaviors of narcissists. I also hope that this information is useful to you and will help you make the right decisions. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again for future video updates. Have a good day.
So everyone, we just talked about what happens when a narcissist mask is removed. Have you ever encountered someone who constantly talks about themselves, dismisses your feelings, and demands constant praise? Chances are you have met a narcissist. Narcissists are individuals who are characterized by their excessive love for themselves and disregard for others' emotions. But behind their arrogant facade lies deep sense of self-loathing. You see, their need for a constant validation and praise stems from a fundamental insecurity and a sense of inadequacy. They grow up in families that were overprotective or neglectful, which caused them to have a distorted sense of self-worth. They feel empty inside, believing that perfection is the only way to gain acceptance and validation. Narcissists are the chosen child in the family dynamic, whether they are the golden kid, the abandoned child, or the perfect child that their parents idealize. They believe that they need to be a miniature version of their parents in every situation, stifling their true selves. This self-loathing fuels their hostility towards others and their bitterness towards rejection or criticism. To conceal their emotional scars, narcissists wear a persona to gain acceptance from others. They mimic childhood behaviors because they are unsure of how to be their true selves. Their actions and behaviors are a reflection of who they are and their upbringing. Narcissists may appear charming on the outside, but deep down, they struggle with a sense of regret, shame, and other emotions. However, despite their struggles, it's crucial not to believe everything they say at face value, because narcissists construct a false persona because they lack confidence in their true selves and require validation from others to feel complete. They are afraid of being judged if they reveal their inner turmoil, which is why they choose to keep their emotions bottled up. Long story short, a narcissist's apparent success masks their fundamental self-hatred. It's important to understand the dynamics and underlying causes of their dysfunctional behaviors to make the right decision in your own life. Remember, if you are struggling, know that you will recover with time. That's all for today's video. I hope it offered you a deeper understanding of narcissism, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe. Have a great day, everyone.